Welcome to Small Stories, Big Healing, where old teachings speak softly into modern lives.
When you cannot stop postponing what matters, when you keep telling yourself, later I will live, have you ever wondered what time is quietly taking from you? Once upon a time, in a seaside town where the mornings smelled of salt and the evenings glowed like amber, there lived a young man named Kaito. Kaito was kind and he dreamed big, but he carried a habit like a loose thread on his sleeve. He always said, tomorrow. Tomorrow I will start. Tomorrow I will call my mother. Tomorrow I will learn that skill. Tomorrow I will rest, I will change, I will become. And because tomorrow always sounded generous, Kaito never noticed how expensive it truly was. Each day, he woke to the same small panic, a quiet pressure behind the ribs, as if his life were a book with too many blank pages. He tried to ignore it by staying busy. He ran errands for neighbors, helped friends with their troubles, worked long hours at the harbor, and answered every request with a quick nod. People praised him. "You are so dependable," they said. "You are always there," they said. But at night, when the town grew still, Kaito sat by his window and felt a strange emptiness. Not because he had done nothing, but because he had not done what mattered most to him. One evening, after another long day, Kaito walked along the shoreline to clear his mind. The tide was low, and the wet sand reflected the moon like a polished mirror. As he walked, he noticed an old woman sitting near a cluster of rocks, her posture calm, her eyes attentive, as if she were listening to the waves speak. Beside her sat a simple wooden box and a small hourglass. The old woman looked up and smiled gently. "You walk like someone chasing something," she said. Kaito laughed, a little embarrassed. "I suppose I am," he replied. "I am chasing my future." The old woman nodded, as though she had heard that answer many times. "And when do you plan to meet it?" she asked. Kaito shrugged. "Soon," he said. "Not today, but soon. Tomorrow, perhaps." The old woman tilted her head. "Tomorrow is a curious word," she said. "It is often used as a blanket to cover fear." Kaito frowned. "I am not afraid," he said quickly. "I just have a lot to do." The old woman tapped the hourglass with one finger. "This is also a lot to do," she said softly. "It never stops." Kaito stared at the hourglass. The sand was flowing, quiet and steady, grain by grain. The old woman opened the wooden box. Inside were many small glass bottles, each one sealed with a cork. They were empty but clean, as if they had been prepared for something precious. Kaito leaned in. "What are those?" he asked. The old woman lifted one bottle and held it up to the moonlight. "These are jars for a day," she said. "Each bottle represents one day of life." Kaito chuckled. "That is a strange collection." The old woman's smile remained peaceful. "Strange," she repeated. "Or honest." She handed him a bottle. "Hold this," she said. Kaito took it. The glass felt cool, delicate, and surprisingly light. "It is empty," he said. "Yes," the old woman replied. "That is how each day begins." Then she reached into her robe and pulled out a small pouch of sand. It looked like ordinary sand, but when she loosened the string, it shimmered faintly, like starlight caught in dust. She poured a small amount into the bottle. The sand slid in with a soft hiss. "What is that?" Kaito asked. The old woman answered, "That is your attention." Kaito blinked. My attention? She nodded. Every day, you wake up with a limited amount, she said. You spend it on something, whether you choose wisely or not. Kaito watched the sand settle at the bottom. He thought about his day. How much of it had been spent on things that mattered, and how much had been scattered across distractions and other people's urgencies. The old woman took the bottle from his hand and placed it on the sand between them. Now, she said, tell me what you did today. Kaito began listing, one by one. I worked at the harbor, he said. I helped my friend move, I answered messages, I ran errands, I was busy all day. The old woman nodded with every sentence, then asked one simple question. And what did you do for the life you say you want? Kaito opened his mouth, then closed it. His throat tightened. He searched for an answer, but the truth stood there plainly, like a mirror. Nothing, he admitted. The old woman did not scold him. She simply turned the hourglass over. The sand began again. People do not waste their lives all at once, she said. They waste them in small handfuls. Kaito lowered his gaze. I just need more time, he said. The old woman's eyes softened. Everyone says that, she replied. But time is not something you own. It is something you are given. She picked up another empty bottle from the box. Then she held it out. Imagine this is tomorrow, she said. What will you put in it? Kaito hesitated. I will start my dream, he said. I will plan. I will work on it. The old woman nodded slowly. Good, she said. And if tomorrow does not come? Kaito laughed nervously. It will come, he said. It always comes to another today and call it tomorrow. Those words landed in Kaito's chest like a stone. He had never thought of it like that. He realized how many times he had promised himself tomorrow and then simply lived the same day again. The old woman reached into the box and pulled out a bottle that was not empty. This one was filled nearly to the top with the shimmering sand. Its cork was slightly worn, as if it had been handled often. She placed it beside the empty bottle. This, she said, is a day lived with intention. Kaito stared at it. It seemed to glow brighter than the moonlight itself. How do you do that? He asked. How do you fill it like that? The old woman smiled. Not by doing more, she said, but by doing what matters first. Kaito swallowed. What matters first, he repeated. The old woman picked up a small stone from the shore. She placed it on the sand. Then she picked up a handful of tiny pebbles. She poured them around the stone. Then she sprinkled ordinary sand over everything. The sand slipped into all the gaps, settling easily. She looked at Kaito. Your day is like this, she said. If you fill it with sand first, the stone has no place to rest. Kaito understood immediately. The sand was the endless little things, the constant messages, the scrolling, the worry, the distractions, the errands that expanded to fill every open space. The stone was what truly mattered. The one thing that, if placed first, would give shape to the whole day. Kaito's eyes stung. I think I have been filling my life with sand, he whispered. The old woman nodded gently. Most people do, she said. They do not realize the cost until they look back and find their best years scattered. Kaito took a deep breath. He looked at the hourglass again, and for the first time he felt the urgency without panic. He felt it like clarity. Tell me, he said, what is my stone? The old woman did not answer directly. Instead, she asked, "When you are alone at night, what do you wish you had honored during the day?" Kaito pictured his unfinished dream, the book he wanted to write, the music he wanted to learn, the business idea he kept delaying. But another image rose just as strongly. His mother. Her voice, warm and familiar, the way she always said, "Call me when you can," and how he always replied, "Tomorrow." Kaito's chest tightened. "My stone," he said slowly, "is not only my dream." He paused. "It is also the people I love and the life I keep postponing." The old woman's smile held quiet approval. "Then you know what to do," she said. Kaito stared at the sea. The waves did not rush, but they never stopped moving. He understood the lesson hiding in their rhythm. Time did not need to be chased. It needed to be respected. He stood up and bowed slightly. "Thank you," he said. The old woman handed him the empty bottle. "Take this," she said, "not as a charm, but as a reminder." Kaito held the bottle carefully. As he walked back through the sleeping town, he felt something new. Not pressure, not guilt, but a gentle determination. When he reached his home, he did something he had delayed for weeks. He picked up his phone and called his mother. It rang twice. Then her voice answered, surprised and soft. "Kaito," she said, "is everything all right?" Kaito smiled, tears in his eyes. "Yes," he said, "everything is all right. I didn't want to wait anymore." They spoke for a long time, and when he finally went to bed, the emptiness he usually felt was quieter, because he had placed the stone first. The next morning, Kaito woke early. He did not reach for distractions. He did not bargain with himself. He took out a notebook, sat by the window, and began. Not perfectly, not quickly, but sincerely. One page, then another, grain by grain like the hourglass, day by day like the tide. He began to fill his bottles with intention. And as weeks passed, he noticed something strange. His life did not become easier, but it became fuller. Because he was no longer living in the shadow of tomorrow, he was living inside today. And that is where time has always been waiting for us. Now, here is the lesson I wanted to share with you. The moral of this story is simple. Time is not a storage room where you can keep what matters for later. Time is a river. If you do not step into it with awareness, it will still carry you forward, and you may wake up far from the life you meant to live. So place your stone first. Choose one meaningful thing each day, even if it is small. A phone call, a page written, a walk without your phone, a moment of honesty, a step toward the dream you keep postponing. Not because you must rush, but because your life deserves your presence. And ask yourself gently tonight, if tomorrow never comes, what would I wish I had done today? If this story brought you even a small sense of calm, or if Kaito's journey reminded you of something you have been delaying, I invite you to stay connected with us. This is Small Stories, Big Healing, short tales to soothe your heart and guide your steps. If this story should reach more people who are struggling with procrastination or feeling like life is slipping by, please don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might need this reminder, and comment below, what does using time wisely mean to you? Your one comment may encourage someone else who feels lost with time tonight. And if you'd like more stories that bring gentle comfort and insight, please subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next healing tale. Until then, Place your stone first and let today be enough. Small stories, big healing will be here with another tale. Whenever your heart needs a gentle reminder.